Hey guys, man, I don't even know how to start this today. If you have found your way to Mortgage Sense, my name is Kevin Blair with Element Home Loans, and if you've ever thought about getting into mortgage business, you need to pay attention because I've got the one, the only Gus Pasquale from down in South Florida, and you can tell. Look at that tan, I'm telling you, and that ain't a spray-on tan either.
Wow.
Gus, how are you, sir?
Doing great, Kevin. Appreciate being on the show.
No, man, I appreciate it, and I've got to say this, and I want to I want to start here because it's unbelievable that we're coming up on 7 years of me being a part of the Element family. Okay, in November it'll be 7 years, and I don't say this lightly. I never do say it lightly. Uh, Meeting you and LJ, Larry. Um, it literally changed our life. Gus, I wasn't leaving. I wasn't going anywhere. I mean, I not only was I drinking the Kool-Aid, I was helping making the Kool-Aid at that other company, and I was happy. Um, and we made a change. And I'll never forget Larry coming to Chattanooga and sitting down with me at the Outback, and we sat there for 3.5 hours, and I knew right away that this was the place for me. And I got to tell you, and then meeting you at the open house and you sitting down with my father, he came all the way from
Yeah.
Texas to be at the open house. And I think we had like 250, 270 people show up for our open house. And I'll never forget that. But here's what's even more important. Getting to know you, getting to be not only work for you, but to become really good friends, and what you guys have done to help my career, inspire my career. We need to talk about this. So Element is 17 years old now, right?
Yes, sir.
All
Yeah.
right. How long have you been in the business?
33 years. Yeah. 33 years. Got in it shortly out of college, and here I am, 3 decades. Started
Wow.
as a loan officer, became a manager, became a regional, and then 17 years ago, Larry reached out to me to start the whole Element Home Loans concept and
Mm-hmm.
create the platform. And we took a leap of hope and faith in each other and in some key people around us. And here we are 17 years later, 40 plus thousand families that we've secured financing for. And I think it's $9 billion dollars in fundings. And we did it in I've said this over the 3 decades of my business and the 17 years at Element. It's a David and Goliath world in the mortgage banking space. And we certainly have won our battles as David in small, intimate areas of our regions that we serve in the Southeast United States, and we've done it with people like you that had the faith to join us as people, right? Because mortgage banking is mortgage banking. I mean,
That's right.
what separates the companies, and I think what separated us is the unique foundation of what's allowed us to thrive and survive in some really difficult times in almost 2 decades as Element. But it's people. At the end of the day, we have amazing human beings that care to serve. We have a live to serve mantra here.
That's
Um,
right.
and that's how we started this. That's the way Larry and I are as people, and that's the way we were when we originated. And we never lost focus to this very moment on what originators need, and we've created a platform that facilitates their business. And you're a live example of someone that has come on, and we've been able to collectively not only grow your business, grow you, but you have in the same breath done the same for us and our engagement. And I think we have a collaborative environment here,
Yeah.
so that you've become an integral part of our fabric and your input and your feedback. And we open that to all of our associates. So proud of what we've built and continue to try to hone it.
What's so amazing about this, and in this industry, and we see people come and go, and we see people, and we can see when we're recruiting people that hop from company to company to company, they're always looking for that silver bullet. Um, But what's amazing to me is Element's 17 years old. You've been in the business 33 years, but you guys have built an environment that you've got not just loan officers that have been with you for 17 years, but came from the other company with y'all. So
Yeah,
you've had people that have been with you side by side now for 20, 25 years.
we have.
Gus, that's unheard of. Now, I know why, okay? Um, the fact that you guys are still heavily, heavily involved, but you walk the walk. There's something to me that's so important. It's integrity, it's character. Um, Everything that you've ever told me, everything that LJ has ever told me, has been the truth,
Right.
and that is so important to me. Uh, and
Not
it's
everybody
just
wants to hear the
amazing.
truth, though.
Do what?
Not everybody wants to hear the truth. That's how you
I
get better,
get that.
right? That's how you get better. That's
I,
how we've
I've,
all gotten better.
exactly. I mean, there's something about, I don't know, the culture, and it's hard to explain. Um, but for me and you to talk on a Friday night, I mean, come on, you answer a text and we call and we talk for 30 minutes on a Friday night after a long hard week. We appreciate that, and the fact that you guys are all in and you're still here. That I told you before we started. Larry was in my office yesterday for 5 hours
Right.
talking about strategy. Okay, you guys have not only given me a platform to work, but for the first time in my career, I have somebody that's trying to get me better and show me how to do even better, and that's just unheard of. It is, and so I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, and I'm man enough to say this. I love you like a brother, and I appreciate everything that you do. But I've got a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, so if we're talking about recruiting, we're looking for loan officers. What do you think is if somebody's brand new? Okay, because I know we got a rock star that you're developing in South Florida right now. Okay, that's killing it. Okay, so new people can get in here if they want to work. But what do you think is the makeup of a perfect loan officer?
I would tell you it's somebody that wants to work. This is something that you can't talk about. You have to do. It's an activity, outbound activity role. You're selling mortgages. You got to be belly to belly, building relationships, networking. If you're not generating leads, you're not lending money.
That's
And then
right.
it's a progression. So what we've done a great job of is we've created an unbelievable play sleeve for newbies. It's a universal play sleeve. The people that win are because they're following the play sleeve. We're looking for people that will follow a play sleeve you have to have a degree of relentless pursuit, right? In our business. Remember, we're David, not Goliath. So we're not a big bank. You're going to sit in the lobby and you're going to be fed deals for a fraction of what the commission is here. So if you're a bank or credit union, great, you're shooting fish out of a fish barrel. Here, you're an independent mortgage banker. You have your own pipeline. You're your own CEO. We facilitate your business. So I'm looking for someone that really, truly wants to be awesome at this. And because there's no industry like the mortgage industry, and where you're
I
rewarded
agree.
financially, the knowledge and education you're exposed to. So for a young person getting into this business, it creates such a foundation of financial knowledge. It's just an unbelievable tool for your life too, and how to manage your life. But you're looking for people that want to work hard because it's 100% commission. So, I don't know where you could go to do 2, 3 deals a month. And in this environment, with the current average loan amount being what it is, make 6 figures. Where could you close 2 units a month, 3 units a month, and anything, sell
Right.
anything and make potentially 6 figures? But it's a business that you have to, it's a blessing and a burden. You have a lot of autonomy. So you have to be somebody that manages the shot clock well, right? You got to be a high tempo
Exactly.
person that gets after it. So you have to be a salesperson, but you have to be able to be a very diverse salesperson, lead generating, calculating income, debt to income, But it's all teachable. We have the place leave. We have the platform. And we clearly, in our 17 years, have taken people, whether they were rookies or tenured associates who haven't reached their potential. We've taken people from zero to amazing, from individual loan officer to team, an entire team. So, and we are also a culture that not everybody wants to be a rock star. So if you want to be someone that your goals are X, we reverse engineer and let's get after that. I've got people in our universe that are both sides of the spectrum. They want to crush it. And I got people on the other side of 9 taking a turn on the golf course that, they've been in this with us for 25 years and just kind of want to cruise control until they retire. We manage that too. So, but what I'm looking for and what we're looking for are people that are fit too. Team players, they're going to follow the play sleeve, communicators that tell us what the gaps in their skill set are so we can shoot them.
No, that's perfect. I keep going back to this. And I had an interview last week, and I told this young lady, I said, you're not going to know who this is. And if you do know who it is, you're hired right now. Okay. I said, Bill Parcells, and I'll never forget this. He said, if they don't bite when they puppies, they ain't going to bite.
Right.
Okay. So, there's a tenacity that we have to have, but then we have to be able to influence people. Okay. Right. This is.
I'd rather hold someone back than have to kick them in the hiney.
Absolutely.
Right. Reel them in a little. Right. That's who I want.
So let me ask you a question, and this is going to be a little self-reflecting. And I probably should have given you a heads up, but I don't like scripts. Okay. I don't like planning. I like this thing to be organic. The last 18 months. Okay. Last 18 months has been a little difficult in this business. Okay. What have you learned about you, and what have you learned about Element in the last 18 months during this environment?
I'll start with me. I tell you, I've learned that I was able to dig down really deep and reflect on some really difficult decisions we were forced to make in these 18 months, and really frame conversations with people that I knew were important for our future. So I think I found a strength when you put the platform and people first. You find a strength and energy because you want to preserve it. You want to make decisions. Right. You have to look forward to the future, and this 18 months has been the most destructive in mortgage banking. Fed changed rates 550 basis points or thereabouts, and it's just been a grind on everybody. So you're coming off of the sugar rush of the COVID era, and so everybody was, fat, and you had to build the infrastructure to do all that volume, and then boom, the volume eroded, rates went up. And what I learned about me is, and us, because it's not just me, we were fluid enough and made some really difficult decisions really faster than our peers. So we put the organization and people in a place to win and survive quickly. So that was from an internal reflection, making tough decisions. And again, we've been through cycles like this, but this cycle we handled with a quicker reaction. And I think in hindsight, the steps we took early on really were significant. And then about Element, we have a group of people that are resilient. They're relentless. They're passionate about our company. We're passionate about each other. And it became a whatever it takes kind of attitude across the footprint. We are doing things with less. We've become more reliant on some of our tools. So when push came to shove, we all digged in deep. We did. Every single associate in this organization, because it's not just about what I learned about me. I've learned a lot about not just our company, about the people that I'm in the trenches with every day. And I don't know that there's any one associate that I can tell you didn't amaze me. There's been sacrifice across our footprint. And we're grateful for it. And the sense of gratitude I get from our team that, now we feel better. There's a little more momentum. The worst is behind us. And I think they're grateful for some of the really difficult decisions we made to keep the core of what we have and who we are. So, I think it's a long answer to a lot of difficult moves we made, and stepping up in unity together to get through a really tough storm.
There's two things that I pull out of that, because number one, it starts with leadership. Okay. And the leadership of our company is just, you guys are just amazing because y'all have put us first. And I appreciate it. And I know everybody in the family appreciates what you guys have done to secure our future, to secure the company's future. And it doesn't go unnoticed. And then there's something else. And I'm trying to think who said this, and it might have been even Zig Ziglar from my Zig Ziglar days from 30, 40 years ago. It says you can follow a man for a lifetime and not know everything about him, but you can follow him through minutes or weeks of pain and find out everything about him. Okay. It's real easy. It's real easy. When I say, 3 years ago during the COVID and during the sugar time that you talked about is like going hunting and the deer jumping in the back of our trucks. Okay. We're having to get back out and we're having to go back to work. So we have a choice.
We've had atrophy. There's an atrophy in the universe from the COVID time where we have atrophy in our roles and we lost our way. Right. And the challenge is we've all had to challenge each other to find our way again, to get back to let's stop talking and let's start doing again. It's a basic, we had to get back to basic principles. And we did. We collectively, we all lost our way in the COVID era. And now to see people re-engage, active, we're meeting, we're doing things, the camaraderie, it's just listen, it'll never be the same with remote working like it was, but we actually are finding a way to succeed and accomplish all of it. But at the end of the day, you got to go home.
That's right. And here's what I do know about me and you, okay, brother. I'm not going to lose. Okay, I might get beat, but I'm not going to lose.
Right.
Okay. I just refuse to lose. Well, hey, I've got one more question for you. And think back over the last 33 years, and I'm in my 25th year now of this business. Has there been a defining moment in your career that you said, this is why I do what I do? Has there been a, because I do have one, but do you have a defining moment in your career that you said, you know what, I'm in the right place, God has me in the right place, and this is who I am and what I should be doing?
I don't know if there's any one moment, but there's no greater feeling than when you help someone buy their own home and get their first home. There's just, there's just no greater feeling than when you do that. And when it's a first-time home buyer, I can tell you, for me, sentimentally, anytime I did a loan or we did a loan or we do a loan for a single mom, single parent, for me, because I was a product of a single mom, that's amazing to me. Like, that's my wow, my rush. But no, home ownership is still the most amazing thing to people, to families, so I love it. I mean, over time, it's been diluted because people, the consumer, believes they're subject matter experts and they'll Google things. And at the end of the day, it's still a very difficult, complicated process that you need experts to help you, guide you. So I think that our roles and then the internet may have felt like, for me, feels a little diluted in the gratitude from that side of it. But you still have a high percentage of people that are grateful, and we do a great job of the personal side because life happens to people, right? So not every loan is a 780 credit score that could go online, click a link, and get an automated approval. And it's our group of people that are the subject matter experts, that are the advocates to put them in the best product at the best pricing, based on their circumstance. So helping people, that's kind of the everything that's got me into this business for 3 decades. Love helping people, and love winning, competing.
Right, right. Well, hey, brother, I appreciate your time. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate the model that you have. I appreciate the leadership. I appreciate just everything that you guys have done to make sure that we are successful and that we have a future, because there's a lot to that. And if you like this kind of information, hit subscribe. If you're thinking about a change, if you're thinking about getting into this industry, you can hit a link. It's right above here somewhere. You fill out a form. It'll come right to me. I'll call you. No matter where you are in the United States, if you're interested, we would love to talk to you. I'm going to say this: I would call Gus. I wouldn't call Larry. And I'm kidding. I know that one's going to cost me.
I will say this: anyone in your marketplace needs to call you, and anyone thinking to make a change. And this is not me going into commercial mode, but if my son lived anywhere near you and he wanted to get in the mortgage business, there's no better person that I would want him with than you, and your energy and your competitive nature, and your record of mentoring and caring and growing people and collaborating. I mean, anyone in your marketplace that wants to make a move needs to at least have a cup of coffee with you and chat through it, because, what we've learned is we bring people here and they're here for decades.
I know.
So
and there's a reason.
And it's sustainable, right? We had a regional meeting in South Florida recently. In that room, it was 6 originators. We had 136 years of tenure, just at Element.
Just at Element.
In that room, me, Gary, but just at Element, our originators. Some were 7 years, some were 16. So that's something that, I don't know a lot of our peers can say that. And to be in your market, and, you're going to grow a team that, no doubt in my mind, has got the fiber you do, and they're going to win as individuals. They're going to win for their families. So
that's right.
My 2 cents on, if AJ lived in your market, I'd send him your way.
He can move here.
Well, I'm not partnering with him.
I'll take him right now, brother. Well, hey, Gus, thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time to visit with me today. And I can't wait for Sherry and I to come back down to South Florida to spend a weekend with you.
Love to have you. Thanks for everything. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you, sir.